Hey there! Welcome to the SheetlyStudio channel. In today's video, I'll show you step by step how to use the Gantt chart template. For this tutorial, I'll be using Google Sheets, but don't worry. Everything works exactly the same way in the Excel version. Alright, let's jump straight into the Setup tab. As you can see, this is where you list your team members' names. Right next to it, you can add their job titles. And the cool part is, whatever you type here will automatically update the drop-down menu in the assignee column later on. Now, moving over here, this is your holiday list. Just enter the specific dates on the left side and add a quick description on the right. For example, let's add a new holiday to the list. I'll just put in March 30th right here. And for the description, I'll just type holiday. This holiday list is really useful because it helps you easily see those dates on your project timeline once we move over to the Gantt chart tab. Moving down a bit, we have the working days section. This is where you set up your standard work week. Let me show you how it works. Just check the boxes for the days that are considered active work days. Next up, right over here, we have the list of statuses for your tasks. And just below that, you'll find the list for your task priorities. Alright, let's switch over to the Gantt chart tab now. The best part about this tab is that everything is already fully automated with built-in formulas. But before we dive into adding your projects, I highly recommend making a copy first. Just right-click on the Gantt chart tab down here, or click the little tab icon and select Duplicate. For this example, let's rename this new tab to My Example Project. Now that we have our fresh tab, the very first thing you want to do is fill in your project name up here. I'll just type my project, but obviously you can name it whatever fits your needs. Then, right next to it, we have the project lead. Just click the little drop-down icon, and I'll select Mia for this one. Next, let's set the start date for the project. If you're using Google Sheets, all you have to do is double-click the cell to bring up the calendar. Let's pick March 18th for this example. Just a quick note for Excel users. You'll need to type the date in manually using the day, month, and year format. Then, for the end date, I'll go ahead and set that to March 31st. Once you've entered those, take a look up here at the top right corner. As you can see, your overall project timeline information is neatly summarized for you. Alright, now let's move down to the main phase table. I'll go ahead and add a sample task just to show you how it works. Let's simply call it, this is task example. Next, in the assignee column, I'll assign this one to Leo. And for the progress column, let's say he's about 40% done, so I'll just type 40 right here. Now, a quick but super important heads up. Please do not edit or delete anything inside the colored columns. Those specific cells contain built-in formulas, and messing with them will accidentally break how the template works. Alright, moving on to the start date column. I'll just click here and set the date to March 18th as our starting point. And right next to it, for the end date, I'll go ahead and select March 30th. Moving on to priority. And by the way, remember the list we made in the Setup tab earlier? This drop-down pulls those exact options automatically. So for this task, I'll set the priority to medium. And for the status, I'll select Scheduled. Oh, and see this column right next to it. This is where you can easily customize the color for this specific task on your timeline. By default, as you can see, the task timeline pops up in pink. But the cool thing is, you can actually handpick a specific color right here in the color column to match your preference, whether it's yellow, orange, pink, purple, blue, or green. For this example, I think I'll just go with yellow. So right here, we're currently looking at phase 1. But if I just scroll down the page, you'll notice that the template actually gives you up to 15 different phases to work with. And here's a neat little trick. If you want to tidy things up and hide a specific phase, all you have to do is click on this tiny minus icon right here on the side. Boom, the entire phase just folds away from view automatically. Oh, and if you want to completely change the color theme for an entire phase table, it's super easy. Just head over to the phase row and click the color column right here. Let's say I switch this one to yellow. As soon as I select it, boom, the entire phase instantly updates to match the color you chose. Watch what happens if I pick orange or pink. Let's try purple, blue, and even green. It all updates automatically. But you know what? I think I'll just change it back to purple for now. All right, let's fast forward a bit. I want to show you what this Gantt chart actually looks like when it's fully populated with over 30 tasks. Take a look at this. This is a great example of what your project timeline will look like once everything is filled out. Now look closely at this task right here. The phase table has built-in formatting that automatically highlights when a task is officially overdue. And if you check the project summary up top, you'll see a quick alert showing we currently have 2 overdue tasks across the entire project. And that pretty much covers everything you need to know to get started. If you'd like to grab this exact Gantt chart template for your own projects, I've left a link for you right down in the description below. Also, if you found this video helpful, feel free to drop a quick like and maybe consider subscribing to SheetlyStudio for more templates like this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.